Well, it's a hit. These guys are firing from 144 yards from the upstairs window above the door. Do you want to wave out the window? Carry on.
Information from that one over.
Yeah, I mean, we've not got the chronograph on now, but I'd speculate we're firing around 2.2, 2.3 joules. The last chrono readings were what? Just under 300, 299, over.
Just going to put the chrono back on because we took it off because we couldn't see. Over.
Roger, give us a reading.
On the FPS.
Yeah, so 298 feet per second with 0.50 grams. Landed about a yard left of the target, about the right distance, over. So yeah, 154 yards, I believe this is. So it's a very small target for the power we're using. And we're maybe doing about 2.3 joules. Here we go. Was the correct distance just maybe a yard and a half to the right, over. Well, blow me, it's a hit. Do you want to just measure that range again, over?
Second.
Well, they're firing from that upstairs window above the door there. It's a very long way. As you can hear, there is some still some considerable energy. 154.57.
141.34 meters.
Very nice. That's very, very, very good for the power we're using. See, 73% humidity, 13.3 degrees. Oops. Yeah, 1003.
On the back of my right arm.
Just thought I'd have a quick chat with you about this rifle and the idea behind it and what problems there is with this kind of shooting and build. So basically what we've got is a Tanaka AICS, which is an m700 in a different stock, and basically this chassis system, the main reason I'm using it is just because I own two and I don't use them for anything, so I thought target shooting, cheat cool, well that really comes into its own, to be honest, because with all these extra rails on, you can see how high up and elevated the scope is. So this actually means that it's quite a regular scope picture there. Once you incline the scope to maximum, you just rest your hand on the cheek comb and then rest your cheek on your hand, or you can use your fist even. Obviously bench rested, which is what all this shooting's about. And obviously we've got, this is the chrono is on here. And that's to try and help you collect data and therefore predict your aim points. Now the problem with this build is, because it's a gas rifle, you're limited on your power from the barrel length. So after a lot of debate, I've decided to saw it down to 430. I had an Edgi 430 bull barrel in the cupboard. It's been there a couple of years, never used it, brand new. So decided if I fit that, I can always, I've got the barrels that are short, I can always cut it further and try something else. But the main reason I went for 430 on this is I want the power with 0.5s, using these 0.5s. So basically, to get the power, I decided I need a longer barrel than my last build. So 430 I found can give me it with 5s. The main problem is if you can see, looking through here, the actual silencer just around the crosshair there, so I can't hold over at all. So that in itself actually limits the maximum range of this rifle, because if I want to aim any higher I can't see the target anymore. So you know, that doesn't help. So there's a couple of ways around that. I could move the entire scope further forward, the mount, or fit higher rings, or both. Can investigate that. Anyway, so this system only takes the longer mags. So I've got various mags, but I've basically looked at these three. I've got several of these, they're all similar. Whereas these are quite different, it seems, which give different outputs. This one's around the power. This one's maybe a little bit more consistent though. So I'm looking at maybe fitting a different bolt to here. So obviously the beauty of this system is this. If I can do this. So I can just swap bolts out at the push of a button, and obviously I have a big box of bolts with all different settings. And that's it, it's locked back in, look. It's that simple, this system. So I'm going to tune up another bolt that gives a little bit less output than this one, and therefore try it with this, the highest powered mag. Seems most consistent. So it's all about matching up the best parts really that I can muster from my collection, that I've spoken for on other builds already, and seeing if we can hit the right power band and with a reasonable consistency. I mean, these long mags, they aren't the most consistent thing. You know, the Tanaka short mags are more consistent than these, as you've maybe seen if you watch some videos. These new waffle mags are consistent. The only problem I have with these is they give a lower power. They just seem to give less of an output. I think that's to do with these plungers, just the fact there's a little bit of slop in them before they engage. So you're losing some of your hammer strike. Part of your strike isn't opening the valve. I presume they've got high outlet flow valves, not too sure. Anyway, so you know, this particular chassis is not my favourite, and it's making the best of a bad job really. So I'm intrigued to get it out on the range and start trialing these 5s, but looking for a weather window and time and everything. Hopefully get out there soon. If not, got an event coming up where I've got plenty of time to shoot and set up and hopefully film. So you know, if you're interested in this kind of shooting, there is more of a little bit of a community starting to form of people who are interested in pushing the limits a little bit further, at least in the UK, where we're very much limited by a power band of 2.3 joules on most sites and 2.5 with the UK law. So thanks for watching, and I'll keep you updated with anything else to do with the build. Or the next thing I'm going to look at is bore sighting this, which I did with my last build, which was the M24, and that proved so successful I didn't need to really adjust anything once I got out into the range, even at long range. So I'll show you how that works, and it's great because you zero the gun without shooting it, which in itself is quite novel. But again, it's something familiar to this system with the removable bow. You can just look straight through the board there on the tripod, line it up with something at distance, and then from there adjust the turrets until they point at exactly the same object, and then just keep checking. Don't move the gun, remove the cheek comb so you can get down, look through the barrel, and you'll be surprised how effective that is. Yeah, we're not getting the power of the long gun, but it's like 50 feet per second down on what it was yesterday.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it here. It's not cutting the air.
Well, basically, he's got to take him a radio down there, and his radio's cut out, but gives me a little chance to speak to you. We've had to swap to this M24 Tanaka shorty because basically I'm not getting the velocity out of the other rifle due to cold, whereas the mags on this gun are a lot more manageable, they're a lot smaller, in pocket getting warm, and I've just got like a better setup on it. So basically I'm getting a more consistent shot out of this, around 2 joules maybe. Maybe a bit less, 1.9, 1.8 joules. So yeah, again, that's been the issue today, has been with the low temperature, so it's around 10 degrees I think. Then we're just struggling really to get full power that we need for this shot with green gas. So HPA looks like it probably will be on the cards to attempt this in future. Yeah, right, okay, we'll go over. Didn't receive any of that over.
On the hit. Good shot. Right here on the hit.
So there you go. 275 feet per second with 4 flammers. That's the headshot. I'm sorry, mate. Really sorry.
Fucking good shot. Put my ears up again now.
276 feet per second.
And you're on.
feet per second. It's when you're actually down there, you can't see all the dead ground. Yeah. It's a lot further by foot. Yeah, just so tough conditions with wind today. Yeah, still recording. Yeah, I'm feeling that basically there's quite considerably more wind than yesterday. I'm already using 4 mil dots to the left, even at that distance. Over.
I would agree with that 110%, mate. I mean, it feels like there's a constant wind down here. Although it's not blowing things ferociously, everything's moving. Like with a bit of a wobble. Look at the tops of the trees though. There's quite a lot of movement up there.
Yeah, basically I'm seeing the pellets immediately start to move to the right. I see them go off into the sky and moving right, and then obviously drop away. So you often think, oh, that's way too far left, but then it turns out it isn't.
These are all things really close, mate. Like I say, they're all within like half a yard. And the ones that I can see are coming at me from right to left, like curving. So the wind's definitely having a fair old bearing on it.
Right, we're going to carry on with the third mag now, over.
Yeah.
.276.
Look behind me.
I think so.
I say it's about in line.
See the booster side of them's going back. Oh, you just hit him in there.
Hit me. Square in the cheek.
Oops.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I only do. We're about 100 yards.
Yeah, 100 yards. Fly with shooter.
It stings. Well,
100 yards, .02. So pretty much.
This is giving us a constant 276 feet per second, so it's it's not right up there as far as the power goes. The legal limit for these is 345 over.
This is the point I'm making, mate. And like shooting someone in the face at MED, it's 100 yards, so we're 90 metres. And you're shooting people in the face at like a quarter of that.
Okay, or empty? Right, so a quick look at this rifle that we're using today. Don't know if you can see, we're shooting right out there. The tags have just been cleared up, but they were out there in the distance in that second part field. So yeah, basically what we've done here is we've fitted this extra King Arms rail onto a Tanaka pre-band AICS. We've extended the cheek coom right up to obviously help compensate for this rail. We've had to fit this rail on just to be able to fit this adjustable rail. And this is what's allowing us to do these shots, because obviously most people are just aiming straight and a little bit higher, whereas, you know, we're aiming the barrels right up in the sky, and, you know, we're shooting up at the tip of the barrel. So you know, it's from paintball, it's for first strike rounds, but I seem to be the only person who's really ever tried this on an airsoft rifle. And as you saw yesterday, we were getting hits at 154 yards. The longest we've ever done before is 155 yards, so pretty much the same distance, but we just failed to reach out there to the 166. Here comes my trusty spotter back after collecting the targets. But yeah, it's been interesting. We're now just going to go and shoot some stuff about 100 yards just to enjoy ourselves. Thanks for watching. Well, there you go. It shows yesterday we were reaching out quite happily to 154, and we had good groups around the target. Today, most we can do is 140, and you know, we're still chronographing like reasonable powers, maybe even slightly more than we were yesterday. So we actually think that the reason we're not reaching out there is the environmental factors, as in it's very windy, bit of a headwind slightly, and also there's quite a lot of moisture around, so I think there's a reasonable amount of air humidity, just denser air. Even in this building I can feel air currents moving around. So I actually are on the pressure, the battery's actually dying on the pressure gauge, but you know, all these environmental factors, they all add up, and that's the main reason we think that we've got 15 yards less range. So today's confirmed yet again. HPA is going to be the next thing we're going to need on these Tanaka setups to reach out there. I'd just like to say a big thanks to HQ AIRSOFT for allowing us to come and do this. And you know, we are pushing the extremes, and it's really nice of them to support the group. So big thanks to them. Check out the site, it's amazing. Probably the best site in the north of Britain. I'm not sure about the south because I haven't visited them all, but certainly up here there's nothing else like this RAF base. You know, there's maybe nearly 90 buildings, most of them are two-storey. There's lots of open areas as well, roads and access. There's even basements and the odd tunnel system, so come and check it out. It's in East Yorkshire, Drifting, HQ AIRSOFT, and it's run by AIRSOFT Direct. So look them up and get down. Thanks again.